Good morning, dear students. Today we are going to learn about the next part in the third chapter, diversity in the living things and their classification. So we have started the classification of plants. In last video we have finished the classification of the plants according to their stems. So three types we have learned: trees, shrubs and herbs. So next part we would today we are going to learn. So, have you seen the vines like pumpkin, railroad creeper, kauli, watermelon, and grapevine? How do they grow? If you are seeing the pumpkin and watermelon, they are spreading on the ground, and vines of the railroad creeper are grows on the ground. But when it they finds any support, it start climbing using its flexible stem. Again, grapevine, if you are seeing, they grows with the help of support using its tendrils. Yes, so next our classification is wines. This is the plant wines, which were that drinking wines, it is not there. This is wine. Some wines need vertical support for growing, while some others spread on the ground. So the climbers like money plant have aerial roots. They have aerial roots and they need support. Have you seen the cucumber tendrils that look like a spring? Here, that spring like part is there. It gives support to that part. If you are seeing, then you will, if you will see that spring like part only, and it will give support to that. So of what use could they be? So they will give us support. Tendrils give support to them for growing. With the help of that it will grow. So the touch the stem of any vines, if you are touching the stem of vine, it is very flexible, soft and green color. So it grows rapidly with the help of support, means they need a support for growing. So if you are seeing, means they told that some vines need the vertical support for growing and some other spread on the ground. Vertical supports were which plant they need. If you are seeing the grapevine, it will grow vertically with the help of stick. Here we are putting the stick, here also sticks are there, and with the help of that it will grows. So their fruit it will come outside because it is light in weight, that's why it will grows in vertical. Again, if we are saying some other spread on the ground, so which are spreading on the ground, if you are seeing this pumpkin is there and watermelon is there, they are spreading on the ground. Why? Because they are very heavy fruits, that's why they are spreading on the ground. If they will they will grow vertically, then their weight is so high, that's why they will fall down and they need more support, that's why they are spreading on the ground. And the grapevine, it is a very light, that's why it is growing vertically. Understood, children? So according to that they are growing, means some vines they need vertical support for growing and some other they are spreading on the ground. So money plants also have the aerial roots. Money plant, more of the houses, that is they have the aerial roots. Yes, and the tendrils means what? This small part look like a spring and it gives support to that, like this. Yes, if you are going in the farm, definitely you see that tendrils which give support to that plant. Understood? So these are the classification of vines, creepers, yes, climbers. So next, means you understood the creeper and climbers. So if you are seeing next classification, for how many years do the crop like bajra, wheat, corn, radish, marigold live? So if you are seeing the life cycle of bajra, wheat, they are, or if the sunflowers, they are completed life cycle in for 1 year. After 1 year we have to put them, and then only it will grow. So their life cycle is only for 1 year. So these plants are called as annuals. Next is the life cycle of plants like carrot, beetroot is of 2 years, so they are called as the biennials. So 2 years they are called as biennial. The shrubs like the hibiscus, oleander, and the trees like mango, gulmohar lives for the several years and bear flowers and fruits. They are called as perennials. Means their life is for several years. They are known as the perennials. So according to the period of life cycles, so plants are classified as annuals, biennials, and perennials. So annuals means what? Their life cycle is completed only in 1 year only. After 1 year you have to put, then only it will grows. So second is the biennials. Biennial means what? Their life cycle is for 2 years, and perennial means their life cycle is for several years. So these are the classification of the plant according to their life cycle. And their example we have seen annuals: wheat, jawar, sunflower, bajra, wheat. These all income in the annual. Next, biennials, what it is? Carrot, beetroot, it is of biennials. And perennials, you know that mangoes, gulmohar, hibiscus, these all will come in the perennials. Means they are growing in the many years. They bear flowers and fruits both. So these are known as the perennials. Understood, children? So next part. Next question here. Can you tell to which part of the plants are butterflies and insects attracted? You know that which plant, which part it is? So it is a butterflies and insects are attracted towards the flowers for collecting the nectar. Yes, for that they are sitting on the flowers and they are collecting the nectars, and from that they can make the honeys. Yes, understood. So we also are attracted because flower are looking very nice, which they give they are means they have different colors. For that we also are attracted towards the flowers. We also like the flowers. Yes, so some plants they bears flowers are called as flowering plants, while the plants that never bears flowers, that are known as the non-flowering plants. Means which flowers have the flowers, which plants have the flowers, that plants are known as the flowering plants, and which plants that never bear the flowers are called as non-flowering plant. So the non-flowering plants, they may not have the organ like root, stem, and leaves. Means which plants they do not have the flower, they don't have, they not bears the organs like root, stem, and the leaves. So if you are seeing the example here, just see first question, after that we'll discuss what type of the plants are toadstools and the mushrooms. If you are seeing the toadstool and mushrooms, they do not bear the flowers. Means which type of they are non-flowering plants. Yes, what type of the plant is a fig? Fig is a fruit. Means fruit means what? This plant is a flowering plants, because flower it will comes after, from the flower only the fruit is coming. So fig is a flowering plants. Next, do the ferns, alga, and money plant bears a flower? They are no, because ferns, algae, and money plants are the non-flowering plant. They do not bears the flower. Yes, understood, children? Means which plants have the flower, we are telling them flowering plants, and which do not have the flower, they are known as the non-flowering plants. I will show you that the picture. Wait first. With this will finish after that. So the world largest flower is found in the Indonesia. So the diameter of the flower of the plant Rafflesia arnoldi is about 1 meter. This see big it is. And the smallest flower is of the plant are called as Olfia or duckweed. Its diameter is about 0.5 millimeter. See which flower is big, that is 1 meter, and which is smaller, that is a 0.5 meter. So you have to keep in mind, this is for general knowledge also, and sometimes we are asking in the question paper also. Understood, children? So I will show you the picture of that plants. See, this is the toadstools. See, they don't have the flowers. See, this is the algae. If you are seeing in water tank, there also it will comes. This is the mushroom. Yes. Again one more. This is the fern plants. So these are the non-flowering plants. They do not bear the flowers. Understood, children? So next part ours. Next part. Where does the pomegranate shrub grows? Where does the grows? The pomegranate shrub is a terrestrial plant. So this grows on the where? It grows on land. Where does the lotus grow? You know that the lotus grow on the water, inside the water, because it is aquatic plant. So it grows inside the water and its leaves and flowers are floating on the water. So next, where do the bulrushes and railroad creeper grows? So bulrushes are the grass like plants which grow in a in a moist soil or in a shallow water also. So railroad creeper is a terrestrial plant which has a long flexible stem which coils around the support. Yes, that's why its name is a railroader creeper. So next, where does the dodder plant grows? So dodder plant is a parasitic plant, heterotrophic plants. So it which attach itself to a host plants to absorb the for food. Means it is depends on the other plant. Understood? So you can search this dodder plant, bulrushes and railroad, and you can see the picture on from the Google. Understood, children? So next part. We see the different plants growing in a different place around us. Yes, so the plants can be classified to the habitat or the place where they grow. Means how the condition, how the environment is there, according to that they are growing. So land, water, marshy areas, desert, even in a big tea are the various habitat of the plants. Means how the environment is there, according to that the plants are growing. When desert plant cannot grow here, and some means marshy areas or again water plants can grow on the land. According to various habitats, the plants are also changing. Yes, so here they have shown some plants which are growing on this land. Again these are water. Again water also, some are floating, some are inside the water. See here, these all watering plants are there. Again here the desert plant, how they are growing. Again the land plants. Means according to habitat the plants are also changing. Means how the area will change, the plant also will change. Some are growing on the land, some are growing on the water, some are growing in the desert area. So depending upon the environment the plants can grow. Yes. Next, last, use your brain power. Why does the water floats on the water? Why? Because the leaf stalk of the water anemones has a air filled cavity, so air sacs are present which helps them to float on the water. Why is the stem of cactus is fleshy? You know that because it is growing in the desert areas, so their availability of water is less. So it leaves store the water, and due to that it becomes a fleshy. Means it store that water leaves and the leaves store the water, due to which they become the fleshy. And now last question it is, what different criteria are used to classify the plants? Now only we have seen first water. First, according to stem, we have classified according to stem what trees, shrubs, and herbs. Next, vine, stem. Next, vines, stay, creepers, like that. Again, flowering, non-flowering plants. Next to that, according to life cycle also, biennial, perennial, annual, like that. Again, last part what? According to the habitat, means water, land, desert, like this. These are the criteria used to classify the plants. Understood, children? So today this part we will stop. In next video we will see the classification of the animals. If any difficulty is there, you can ask me. Thank you.